talking about this matchup, and it's going to be a heck of a fun one. ZVT, very fun, very active. A lot of different stuff you can see here, too. And it's going to be World of Sleepers for game number 1.
Thank you for the feedback on the audio there, by the way, Pennybanks. If you guys do have any feedback for the stream or anything, just let us know. Anyway, spawning down the bottom left-hand side of the map, playing for Team Psystorm. It's true.
And spawning in the top right, he's red, he's Terran, he is Dream.
That's the Dream right there.
There he is, the Dream. He made it.
Yes, I did turn up the in-game audio a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, it's always tough. It's always tough trying to balance our audio versus the game audio versus the sound effects and the music.
Yeah, while casting and trying to organize players and...
Yeah, exactly.
Surprisingly, I can't juggle.
Maybe if you learned how, it would help.
Maybe it would. You never know. Might make me better at StarCraft 2. Improve multi-prong drops or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Makes sense.
So I'm willing to bet that this series is going to be a little bit longer than the last one.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, hard to be shorter than a 3-0, so...
That's true.
I mean, the thing about True is that he's just all about his Zerglings. True loves his Lings very, very much.
That is, I'm going to say it, true. I mean, I think it's going to be longer than the last match, but I didn't say it was going to be a long one.
That's fair.
He is known to have aggressive tendencies.
Yeah, and it's very much aggressive tendencies where, like, he's sacrificing drone count back home, so if he doesn't do a ton of damage with that aggression, he's just in a terrible spot on the follow-up.
Yeah, Tree's like, I don't make drones, I just make lings, and then I end up with a lot more lings. Seems like a win.
I don't see any downside to this plan. And honestly, I think I've said this a few times, but just Cyril and True are pretty similar back in the day when I first started casting. Cyril was very much... He was an aggressive, he loved his Zerglings, EU Zerg player.
Was he? Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he did do like a lot of run-bys and stuff, but was he that all-inny or anything?
No. He wasn't as all-inny as True is, but he definitely was. He reminds me of Sort of in that way. Sort of and Cyril, I felt like are very similar players for a long time.
I guess maybe like a younger Raynor too, in a sense, right?
Sure.
But younger Raynor is just incredible with his links, so...
Yeah. He's, I don't know how he makes it work half the time, but he does. But anyway, the point is, then Cyril just kind of figured that it's better to do more of a defensive style. I mean, that's how Blizzard designed the race in StarCraft 2. It's to defend, macro up to 1 million drones and tech up, and then go for pushes.
I think defensive,
so,
if you can, is absolutely the way to play. By the way, nice snipe there on that drone from Dream.
How it was.
True's moving out with his lings. Looks like we're going to be seeing a bit of a 2-1-1 from the Terran player here. Oh, Pre-Tumor gets canceled there. He immediately restarts it. If that Reaper could dive on in to get it again.
Good, but decides to let it live for now.
Lings go on in, try and pick off what they can. Looks like they've nabbed themselves at 2 Marines for 4 Lings so far. Not a bad trade there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing against True, you have to be prepared for Ling attacks starting, obviously, now.
Oh, you do.
The game.
Otherwise, you're going to be in for a bit of a surprise.
Yep. But just back to Cyril, I mean, the whole defensive macro style, which he's obviously had a ton of success with, is just...
Oh, it's so good.
It's good, and it's hard, man. It is so hard to be aware of...
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And defend with just enough units on each of your fronts, and
that's what makes it so impressive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the art of cutting corners perfectly.
Yes. Perfect way to say it.
And he's just so good at it, and I think it applies to any race, maybe depending on the matchup a little bit too, but if you can play a defensive style well, you're going to be just daunting to your opponent. Like, because your opponent will be like, oh my god, my entire plan is to try and deal damage, but I just can't.
What do I do after? What's my plan B? And it's like, there isn't one.
And you don't want to macro up, really, because then you're just in a late game situation versus someone with just far better control than you and far better efficiency. So it's kind of like a lose-lose in a sense.
It's a nightmare scenario for sure. All right, Dream pushing out for the first time today.
All right, let's see
Got
what he
two
gets
full
done here.
medevacs. He's gonna use this to clear creep, not so much going for the
32 lings out
drops.
for True. That's the magic number right there.
Yeah, it's a good number. +1 ground carapace is on the way, but nowhere near being complete. So the lings aren't going to be super effective there, but the queen's enough to make the medevacs fully. Few creep tumors died, and Drew's going to have to replace those as he has started doing so.
I love having these classic Terrans back, like, or just even classic players in general, because they do, while they're all willing to adapt to the newer styles, you can tell that they definitely have their like preferred old styles that they mastered back in the day. So we're seeing like a vile play coming out of Dream here. Does have to be careful, lifted up some of those Marines, loses about a medivac worth. That does hurt a little bit. Might want to send that injured medivac back home as well.
Yeah, 6 HP is not a good number.
That's risky for a medivac if you're still just hanging around. Looks like Lings for True are going to be intercepted by these Marines. That's a nice pick off there. Just shredding into a few of those. I do love this. The fact that Dream's just going to be going out for more and more drop play, more and more pushes. He has taken a bit of time before expanding to his third base location, so nothing super quick there. And that's because he is really looking to put the pressure onto his opponent. He's got 2 tanks that are going to be rolling on in here. Or I guess not rolling, more like flying on in here.
I'm honestly surprised we don't see any Widow Mines here. Like, it generally feels like this Ling style, Widow Mines are pretty fantastic at picking off large groups of Lings, which is what we're seeing thus far.
Yeah, that's true. So
just the Marines and the tanks. Tanks in a great position.
They're in a beautiful position. These Lings are just getting shredded through. The cliffs on this map, that's actually one thing I wanted to talk about, do quite favor siege tanks from the initial look here. So Dream, maybe that's why he's making these tanks instead of mines. However, he may have overcommitted a little bit here right now. His Marines heading back to the best of their ability. He will keep this push going on. Does he have reinforcements coming in? Yes, he does. So critical to keep this push going. He's found himself a nice supply lead. He is down on upgrades, though. True did finish up that carapace. Does True have enough to really make use of that, though?
We're looking at it. +1 melee attack getting started now as well.
Here come these Lings
Slow
and
Bane
Banes.
Lings.
Yeah, they are very slow Banes, though, so good splits from Dream. He was one of those Terrans back in the day that would have pretty good Marine splits, and they're pretty acceptable there. Trading out with these Queens. True may be able to clean this up, though. It's going to be close either way. Is there reinforcements coming on in? Yes, there is. Just a handful of units coming on in for Dream. Saves his tanks as well with his nicely done. This other tank probably wants to skedaddle out of there. Is there a medivac that could come down and save it? Great save by Dream.
And it's the injured medevac.
Oh, look at that. He's like, I see an injured tank. I found my bro.
Totally risks it. Could have just lost both things there, but it pays off in the end. They both get out.
I love risky plays like that. So, True did hold on, though. And was that enough, though? He did have to cut his workers a fair bit, down to 58 versus 58, really. So, not really a favorable position economically there for the Zerg. So, maybe True did do enough just by keeping the pressure on. He killed off how many Zerglings? 123 Zerglings.
I mean, that's just kind of par for the course, though. If you're playing against True, the first 10 minutes are going to have 150 to 200 Zerglings.
Usually the Lings are going to get something done. Like, there hasn't been any counter damage just yet. And that was only for 34 Lings. I love how quick Dream is walling here, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Again, against any Zerg player, it's a good idea. Against True, it is a requirement.
Yeah, like, look at this SimCity, too. Even used his barracks to create more of a forward wall. Just in case of, like, Bane Bust or something like that. I do like that. Looks like True is going to be going for a counterattack. These tanks a little bit exposed here. They got a few Marines to cover them, at least. So, True not going to be able to make use of that. You know, a drop going down for Dream.
Yeah, and True, again, just defending his creep. If you show up at the edge of the creep, True's going to respond with Queens, with Lings, with Bangs that now have speed. And True just, Dream rather, just really going Marine tank here. Some Marauders in the mix. Medevac's obviously important to this composition as well. Ling's trying to find an area to run by, but guess what? There's a wall.
There is a wall, however, they
there's
can
another
get
wall.
into this third base location. Tanks and Marines, though, are enough to repel them. True says, hard nope.
Oh, and the whole army goes back to deal with that. That gives True some nice time.
That's very nice.
He's making 2 infestation pits, LaughNgamez. That doesn't make any sense.
Glands and neural parasite at the same time?
Yes.
He's gonna individually neural each Marine.
Maybe the tanks? I don't know, man. Great splits on these Marines, though. They're looking really scary, but here comes the Zerg. Lings rolling and Bailing, getting surrounds on all of these tanks. These front three tanks are going to die. I'm not sure about the fourth one.
Yeah, looks like there wasn't quite enough on the ground here. Plenty of medivacs in the sky, but the Bio is being pushed back here. Turn that Marauder around. Make him eat those Banelings.
No, he's afraid.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to die.
Not that hungry.
He's gonna get inside the house.
This is actually really terrifying.
Oh no! The door is down.
I mean, there's like a medivac per unit to heal here, but True could just keep flooding on in for now. We'll see if Dream is able to muster up enough to defend. I'm not sure if he is. He may just have made a critical overstep there. I mean, this was quite a close game up until now, and suddenly the Zerg player is finding himself in a very good position. SCVs have to be pulled. Marines putting out as much DPS as they can, but not without losses for Dream if he's going to hold this. And more Lings are just coming on in. I don't know if there's enough Terran here.
I don't know if this is game ending. I'm looking at it. I'm seeing
SCV
Zerglings.
Count, it's going down. It's going
down. It is, but
there's
unless
a hive on the way.
But as I always say, unless a Terran is dead, they're not dead.
Terrans are cockroaches.
They are. And look, more units coming in, 13 Marines at a time.
Look at those cheeky Banelings.
Trying to sneak on up there.
Not exactly
nice try.
Sneaky, since they're pretty much on top of that supply depot.
That's true. There's a lot of other stuff going on.
So a bit of a crazy engagement there. I think that what really made it work for True was the fact that he's got 2-2 done, whereas Dream does not. And the fact that there's a lot more Lings here, this could look very, very dicey. Here's round 2. This time True incorporating Banelings. This one Widowmine has got a lot of heavy lifting to do. Good bait out, though, by True. The Mine Burrows once again. Where's that shot? Does it get a good connection? No, Banelings take care of it. And still, the +2 attack just finishes for Dream. So True was easily able to overwhelm this army here. And could this be the follow-through that True needed?
Yeah, 5 more SCVs go down, but there's a bit of a Marine hit squad down here, trying to do some damage as well. And Ling's getting chased out. I don't know, man. I know it looks bad. There we go. I was going to say, I know it looks bad, but I've seen Terrans in similar situations before, and they've been able to make a decent comeback, but not that time. And True's aggressive Lings take Dream down in game number 1. Holy crap.
GG. All right, so we'll get on into game number 2.
Man, that is one of the closest army value graphs I've ever seen. They both peak at the exact same time. They both go down at the exact same rate.
Yeah, I think the upgrades really did True well there.
That +1 Carapace is really important against Marines especially.
All right, so we'll load on into the next game. True taking that first map, looking pretty darn good. I mean, that was a close hold. Dream was putting the pressure on early. But that did, since he was so focused on the aggression, he did neglect his upgrades there.
Sure did. And upgrades are a good way to win the game.
Good to see some of you guys are in chat.
Yeah.
Pennybank saying that he's Korean, but he moved to the U.S. when he was 9 months old.
Can't read Korean.
Even our English speakers are Koreans.
Out here on Afreeca.
All right. Looks like everyone's ready, so we'll load on into the next game.
And yeah, it is going to be Triton LE. Snowy map. Again, I'm always a huge fan of these particular tile sets. Incorporating some little boardwalk stuff as well.
Yeah, I remember someone saying that it's been a while since we've had a snowy map, and then we got, like, all these, so...
Yeah.
Making up for that. Spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map. It's Dream.
And spawning in the bottom right. He's up 1-0 in the series. From Psystorm Gaming, it's True.
What team is Dream on? Do you know?
I don't. Let me look it up real quick for you.
I think he may have just joined one, or he's still teamless.
Brave Star Gaming.
Brave Star. That's a Chinese team, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Yeah, Brave Star Gaming. Sounds like a Chinese team.
Sure does. They've got StarCraft 2 and Warcraft teams.
Oh.
What Warcraft? Like Warcraft 3?
Probably.
Yep, Warcraft 3 division. Yeah, that's it.
Is WoW esports really a thing?
Just at BlizzCon, really. I'm not sure if there's anywhere else you can do like competitive PvP for WoW except BlizzCon. But how do you qualify for it? Maybe there is
That's
more
true.
competitive stuff I don't know about.
I think there may be maybe like a small circuit or something, but because every now and then you will see like WoW with a ton of viewers on Twitch just for like a tournament or something. But
Yeah.
I never played WoW, so I never paid too much attention to it. Although it is tempting now, like I'm seeing all these people that are like classic WoW, OMG.
Yeah, I've been playing.
Oh really?
Oh, for sure. I was way in. I mean, started in 2006. I was
Oh.
way into original World of Warcraft.
Is it
Played all the way through. I've got a max level paladin.
is
It's,
it just the hype, or is classic WoW as good as people say?
yeah, it's as good as people say. It's what the people wanted, right?
All right.
It's as difficult. It's as like you need to work with other people. So there's more of a sense of community. It's less just AoE everything down and don't think about it. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff that people are looking for, and Blizzard delivered.
You think it's gonna be something that you'll play long term again, or is it just for that like initial go back?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably level to 60 again. After that, I'm not sure what I'll do.
I'm just asking because I'm literally someone that has very minimal idea about WoW.
Yeah.
Is it just like the very first WoW, or did they include a couple of expansions?
Yeah, so the first expansion is Burning Crusade. They didn't include that, but they did include some patches in between, like version 1 and version 2. So it's like version 1.12 is the one that people tend to agree is the best version of vanilla.
All right.
So it's got a bunch of bug fixes and a couple quality of life improvements, but it is not the second expansion yet.
True made 8 lings. This guy does like his lings.
He loves his lings.
Just 8 lings right out the gate in order to deal with the first Reaper.
And
That's like twice as many as Cyril makes.
And speed's on the way.
Twice as many as most Zergs make, really. Some will
Yeah,
even
but
try and squeeze by with 2.
Yeah, what you can do, honestly.
So does True sneak on in here with his 8 lings? Wait for the Hellions to move on out, then just give her? The Hellions are past. The Ling's not going in, though. Maybe waiting for the next pair.
Oh, they've got speed, and there they are. They're doing some stuff up there on the other side, chasing those
Oh,
Hellions
they are.
down. Ooh, almost got a
Are
pin.
they gonna get him? The Reaper comes back to help on it. Looks like there'll be 1 dead Hellion at least.
Yeah, just the one. I don't know if that was worth it for True.
No, I don't think it was. Probably not. 1 Hellion for one of, and when he cut like 2 early drones, that slows down your economy a lot. So I do not know. Ling trying to get on in for a scout will kind of make it in. But while this is going on, though, there's a massive counterattack here. These Hellions, I mean, it's just a couple of them, but they cause a world of trouble for Zerg. 5 drones going down. So a very good economy here for Dream compared to True. They're pretty much on par, which is not what you want as the Zerg player.
No, that is bad. Call Me Topin in chat says, this looks so much like King Sejong Station. Like, that was a long time ago, man. I think that was a Heart of the Swarm map. But, yeah, I can see it. A bunch of high ground,
Yeah.
bunch of ramps.
King Sejong was pretty darn unique, though.
Yes.
Because you had those rocks at your back natural.
Yep.
And which
Did
it
that.
opened up another path, which was kind of cool. So yeah, King Sejong was a really good map. Oh man, this could be bad here. 3 Hellions diving on in again for Dream. Gonna nab up a couple of drones. Getting a few. Oh, True pulls the drones to fight the Hellions. That's always a bad sign for the Zerg. So 6 more drones going down. He's just trying to get his economy back on track, and Dream is hindering him to the best of his ability. Ouch.
Yeah, and just Hellions, man. So no spines to worry about. You don't have to worry about any roaches, obviously, at this point, and because it's True. So it's really hard to handle those. The Hellions are sneaking on in.
3rd CC finished up for the Terran.
Well, right at the front door, not hiding anything there. And 1-1 coming up at the same time.
And the fact that there's already stim done means that aggression's going to get ramping up pretty darn quick here, and I don't know if True's going to be ready to really to handle that. I mean, probably wants to squeeze out a few more drones first, and that's what he's doing, starting his lair. But he will have to get ready to intercept this aggression pretty darn soon, because Dream's production's coming online.
Yeah, once you're a 3-basing Terran, things start getting really interesting.
Yeah, 3-basing,
really
5
scary.
racks.
Yeah, that was a lot of
it's all
production.
coming together. Viking pops that Overlord. And here begins the dropping for Dream. He was pretty good with his drops in the previous game, but then when it came to consolidating and not dying to a ton of lings, he wasn't able to make that happen. So we'll see if he does that again, or if we have a repeat of the last game in which he overextends a little bit.
VIP Page 0305 has joined the chat. What's up, Paige?
And BWV 659.
Another VIP. Check that out. Let's become a manager. I don't know what that means. Anyway, I mean, I don't know. Like, you're playing against True. You know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with Lings and Banelings and Queens, and probably Ultras at some point, and maybe Sword Corruptors, but probably not. Maybe if you force the issue. So, I mean, Dream doing pretty much what he wants to at this point, what he needs to do. Lings getting that surround. They are not afraid. They have 1-1. They are tinky. They hit hard. Lings with 1-1 at this stage of the game are really fantastic. Wouldn't gets a couple drone kills.
Oh,
Does
look
get
at all
picked off
these
for its
Lings,
efforts.
too. Oh boy, here goes True, doing what True does best. Dream's thinking of a 4th base. That's not going to happen as these Lings are now charging on in.
Oh,
Abandoned
completely
ship here.
unprotected base here.
Yeah, Dream's trying to poke onto the fronts with his SCVs a little bit. But he's taking damage back at home. Marines
Right back.
moving on in. Looks like they're going to be able to grab a queen or two. Shut down some creep spread, perhaps. Gets one queen, but Tree does have units in position to deal with that. Nicely done. A bunker going up, which I think is an absolute must versus someone like True. Oh yeah, there's already Banelings being morphed on in, planned for True. Good interception by Deer. Or by Dream, pardon me. Has to scan and identify that those are burrowed Banelings. True can possibly burrow these and burn another scan, but he does not in time. Once again, True is ahead on the upgrades. Big Ling counterattack going on in for Dream. True just doing what True does best. Might find his way on in here. He is going to get in with all of these Lings. There's Widowmines that could burrow here. But looks like the SCV is going to run by. Oh, this could be some nasty friendly fire. And True intentionally doing that. 7 SCVs go down. A 4th base that was building. Not going to be saved by that bunker because there's simply not anything in it. Dream coming back with some of his units. But this counterattack for Dream getting a ton of damage done here.
I'm so inspired by this whole thing. I love Zerglings, and I can't make them well at all. But I guess True's been doing it for years now. It's just down to his science. More Lings rolling across.
He just does his own thing, and it works out so well for him. And then doing well, just the fact that he's got an upgrade lane. He's actually just coming on in here. Is he going? There's no way that he's going to be able to kill Dream here, right? Although that wall is still down. You got to raise that depot, but that is not coming up. And oh man, that is a ton of Banelings coming on in. Oh boy, that's going to be a doozy. Widowmine's going off, even doing more friendly fire, hitting that Overseer just out of hate. There's a few Marines left in that bunker, but I think True's just going to kill Dream again. Like, oh man.
It's 77
Those Widowmines, they need some big connections, but True getting the Banelings on top. Oh! Okay, those were some big connections, but it's still too little too late. GG. True. I mean, taking Dream down with ease, it seems, just playing his unique style.
Yeah, man. Aggressive Lings nonstop all day, and then Banelings does the follow-up. Kind of reminds me of how Life used to play back in the day. There was a Heart of the Swarm tournament where Life just did nothing but 3-base Baneling busts effectively against Terran.
Was it BlizzCon 2014?
I think that was it. And he was just owning Terrans. and the Terrans just didn't have an answer for it. And it seemed like, I don't know, make a tank maybe, but
That was
in the
back in the
end,
day. Tanks were garbage.
be good against Baneling Bus though. I don't
That's
know.
true.
I don't know. But it's just not something you see work a lot at the high level. But True looking good here today.
Oh yeah, he's looking very, very good. So we're getting everyone on into the lobby, and then we'll get into the next one.
Call me, Topin says. True's one of those Zergs that plays like the lore demands. Just mass and mass Lingbane.
I do like it when games sort of turn out like that. Zerg isn't Zergy enough, but I guess that's kind of for like performance reasons. Imagine if in like we get a StarCraft 3 someday, and because PCs and everything will be a lot better. Just imagine that like Blizzard actually makes it so that you get like 6 Zerglings, but their stats are divided, so it is just like a swarm, just non-stop. Oh, that'd be fantastic. Anyway, here we are, spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map. It's Dream.
And spawning in the top left-ish, it is True. He's up by 2.
Life versus Lilbo is just mass lings, I think. Says Call Me Topin. I know it was like a 20-minute series or something like that, which for Heart of the Swarm was mighty short. The worst part is I think Lilbo could have maybe like had a much better chance of that, but he just stopped practicing altogether. It's like, all right, on to the next thing, on to Legacy of the Void. Which is kind of sad, but you know.
Happens.
Anyway, True maybe wanting to see this one through quickly. Bit of a cheeky early pool going down here. Dream has an SCV scouted.
So what I'm seeing is the discussion about Life and his Baneling busts was like 2013. Yeah.
Did you Google this?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find it. Because, I mean, obviously Life was banned for match fixing, right? So people don't like talking about it that much anymore.
Voldemort.
But yeah, it's a Voldemort thing.
He who shall not be named.
Correct. Still, ridiculously good player. I miss him.
I'm just hoping Diablo 4 will come out sooner than never. Don't you mean, I thought it was. Wasn't it coming out for, like, mobile phones? People were really excited about it. No one complained whatsoever.
Wow. You are just poking the bear, aren't you?
I'm poking,
Diablo fans.
yeah, Diablo fans in general.
I can't believe they did that
Diablo
at BlizzCon.
3. What year did that come out?
Diablo 3?
Yeah.
Like 2012?
Yeah. So StarCraft's next due, right?
Yes.
I mean, we were supposed to get that FPS, but that got canned.
It did. Also,
that's such
I don't know.
sadness.
That would have been fun. I definitely would have tried it out.
It would have been... Imagine. Like, a first-person StarCraft story. You know, they could have actually just kept the exact same StarCraft story and just made it first-person. And I'd play it, and I'd love it. It'd be so immersive.
It would be.
Like that first campaign mission or whatever, in which you're trying to hold off the mass swarm.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that would be so sick.
Pennybanks has a Nokia phone. I'm not sure that's going to work for the new Diablo game. Anyway, it's just, so look at this. I'm looking for Life stuff, and somebody has a link to Life beating MMA and winning BlizzCon 2014 with this build. But if you click on it, the video is private now. It's just like...
Yeah, that's because it was an official Blizzard video. They deleted all of Life's VODs.
Oh my gosh.
That's like a whole level of petty.
It annoys me.
I mean, kind of understandable. But the only people
never
who,
happened doesn't mean it's not going to happen
remember
again.
it at this point are the diehard fans.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, they should have just left them up, I guess.
Zerg needs more heroes. That's all I'm saying.
Zerg needs more. Cyril!
Yes, we have Cyril. But, like...
He's like 6-1.
Yes. I'm just saying, over the history of StarCraft, there have been Protoss and Terrans that have been good for years and years on end.
You guys had Nest T?
Yeah. We had Fruit Dealer that one time.
Snoot?
I guess. Would I consider Life to be the best Zerg of all time? No, I
Serral.
don't think so. Ooh.
I don't care who you're talking about. It's actually at the point in which no one has been as consistent as Serral. Like,
Really? Not even like stats? Not even...
no, not even stats.
Are you sure?
When's the last time stats won a GSL? That was
Well,
like
no.
a season
I'm
or
not
two?
saying what have you done for me lately. I'm just saying consistency overall throughout his whole career.
Oh, consistency, like Serral. Like, if we look at the tournaments that Serral's played, like, he's probably like 8 and 10 or something in tournaments that he attends.
I kind of feel like I just need to see it for another couple years from Serral before I'm going to give him that title.
I mean, he's been doing it like a year or two at this point.
I know.
And he's
Stats
done
has
it
been
so
doing
much
it for
better
like
than anyone
6
else.
years.
Yeah, Stats has been doing it for a few years.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
still.
That's all.
Serral's win ratio,
Serral-
it's like 80% at like any event. Stats, it's like 60. The Stats has been having like a good ratio for a long time, but Serral's has just been insane. And I'm someone who doesn't like to hop on bandwagons.
Yeah, it's fair. And I mean, I expect to see Serral continue to play at this level for the next few years, and in which case it'll be easier for me to say that he is that level. But I'm telling you, I've seen too many of my Zerg heroes be great for a year or two and then disappear off the face of the earth.
That's true. He might just have won too much money, which he's like, I'm gonna go retire.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to retire in Finland, going to buy myself a nice little house on a frozen lake, and just ice fish all day.
I mean, what more do you want, really?
I can't think of anything else. Anyway, Dream's pushing out. It's got to drop.
Yeah, we kind of missed the whole thing.
We sure did. But, I don't know. Looks pretty standard at this point to me. Drops coming in about 6 minutes.
Third
Zerg's
base,
on
not
third
yet
base.
done for true. That's how you know
Yeah,
it's a true game.
that's not standard at all. Right. Standard true. Good point.
Something's messy. There's no speed yet. There's the speed.
What?
Like those lings just hit the NOS button and away they went.
Seriously did. +1 ground carapace on the way, but not anywhere near completion.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll admit,
Pennybanks agrees with me.
it's too early to call him the greatest of all time. But what he has done, his run has been the greatest run of all time.
Whoa! Whoa!
You
I don't
can't,
know
like,
about that.
you can't. He just won his second GSL versus the world,
Yes.
and since then it's been like undisputed dominance. And like you can look back at when Tasia was a god, and when like any other player you want to name was a god. They will have more tournament losses than Serral did. Serral wins pretty much any tournament he goes to. Those guys, they won a lot of tournaments, but they would still fall out a lot more than Serral would.
So the term is bonjour, right?
Bonjour.
Yes. So bonjour,
That term is so messy, man.
according to Wikipedia, the players that have earned that: Boxer, Nada, I Love OV, Savior, Flash, and Brood War. And it's just people are so reluctant to apply it to StarCraft 2 players. Because,
Oh, yeah. Well, to be fair, no one in StarCraft 2 is considered a bonjour, right?
Right.
That's because no one's been that consistent up until now, I'd argue Serral. Because in order to be a bonjour, you need to be a god.
Yes.
And gods don't bleed. And Serral rarely bleeds.
True facts.
Like,
I
we
mean,
can't call Maru a bonjour. Because
No, we definitely
while
can't.
he won 3 GSLs or 4 GSLs in a row, and that was bloody fantastic, he lost like two super tournaments in just disgusting fashion, and then just bombed out a GSL or the global finals. Serral's done nothing like that. He's lost in a tournament once or twice, but it's always been close.
Yeah, he lost in 7 games to Raynor. True, it was very close. I mean, the arguments that I'm seeing are that Life, in theory, could have been the closest since he was on his way to win 4 GSL titles, which would have been huge. But
Yeah,
then we know what happened there.
How many losses did Life have?
I don't know. Is this Wikipedia page still alive, or is that going to?
Oh, that's there. You think Wikipedia wants to delete history?
I don't know. StarCraft, or like Blizzard pressuring them, maybe.
Get rid of it!
Yeah. So I mean, he's got in Premier tournaments. Looking at a whole lot of firsts here.
Okay, but that's just like appealing. Check his complete results in any tournaments. Every player has that on Liquipedia, and compare it to Serral. There's going to be a lot more losses. Serral?
True, but Serral lives in a time of region lock, where he's playing against non-Koreans a lot.
That's why it's so messy to apply to anyone.
It is.
Things keep changing.
It is.
But I mean, what Serral has done is like he's won BlizzCon, he's won non-region lock tournaments.
Yes, he has. He has. Look, I love Serral. I'm just saying, give me another year or two of this, and then
that's so much to
we'll
ask.
talk about it. It is. It's a lot to ask.
That is a lot to ask because like Serral's done what no one's done before, and now you're asking him just like, hey, keep it up. It's not that hard, right?
Well, no one's done before in StarCraft 2 and Brood War, yeah.
Well, I mean, in StarCraft 2, has any well, yeah, probably in Brood War, I guess.
Yeah.
Brood War didn't get patches and stuff though.
Yes, they did, just not recently.
not when like Flash was in his prime though.
Right.
Blizzard took their hands off the wheel a long time ago with that one.
They sure did.
And to be fair, the same thing could kind of be argued that like when some of those guys were declared Bonejaws, that's just because they were like the first to do it.
Sure, but just the consistent standard of excellence
we can
over
argue
a long time is measured.
All day.
It's not that they're the first. It's just the standard of excellence they held
I'm sure
for
one
as
of
long
those
as they
Bonejaws,
did.
they're only called a Bonejaw just because they were the first to have like a pretty impressive run, right? Like Boxer, he was like the very first, wasn't he, or something?
Yeah,
I'm not a Brood War guy, so I don't know. If someone went and did Boxer's run today, would he be considered a Bonejaw? Probably not.
Liquipedia has a graph showing the level of excellence sustained over how long, and Boxer's level of excellence compared to how long he did it is comparable to the other Bonejaws.
How long did Boxer do it, though?
Let me see. I'm pull it up real quick. I closed the tab.
Because that's a legitimate question. Was Boxer even around that long?
Through January 2001, like through January 2006. He was just up there.
Okay, so 5 years.
5 years. And then Nada was January 2001 to January 2007. I Love Uv was January 03 to January 07. Savior,
I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, I Love OV is considered one of the pioneers of like really solid Terran strategy.
Okay, what are the other guys?
Savior, Zerg player, January 05 to January 09. And then Flash, January 07 through like January 2012. So it looks like it's about 5 years is what their standard is. So Serral, do it for 5 years. We'll talk about it.
See, does it not depend on the ratio? His ratio is so good, though. That's what makes him impressive.
No, it's not ratio.
We need a new... Yeah, see?
Consistent standard of excellence over 5 years is what we're looking at.
He's so excellent, even just for a short period of time.
He is. But longevity matters. Maybe it's not fair, but it does.
That's true, I guess.
Anyway, StarCraft is really happening right now.
We're 13 minutes into this game, and we've not acknowledged a single thing, really. True's making a game out of it, though.
Pause.
Whoa!
We start paying attention, then this happens.
I know, right? True's like, hey guys.
So anyway, back to the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dream's doing everything you want to here. Widowmines, Thor's to absorb Baneling shots, a bunch of Metavacs in here too. Working on that 3-3. And yeah, True did go Mutalisks. But I'm not sure that's the right answer here. The Thors are a pretty good counter to that.
Yeah, but he's...
And just looking at the number of bases that Dream has, it's not looking good for True right now.
No, yeah, he's building 3 more CCs right now.
Yeah.
That's a happy Terran.
This is the most like English discussion I think I've ever seen in chat. So maybe we should talk about not the game more often.
Apparently so. The viewer count's gone up too.
People are they're talking about Boxer over.
I know that word.
Yeah,
like how many?
What I'm saying, Lion Machine. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, man. Just Serral's ratio is insane.
It is.
The thing is, he's like an undisputed Bonejaw. There's no one else in contention right now. Because he just beats them all. Back in the Brood War days, there was like guys like there'd be like Jaedong and Flash knocking each other out of tournaments.
Yeah. And yeah, if you listen to the dates I was talking about on that Wikipedia article, a lot of those players overlapped.
Yeah.
You had a bunch of them playing at the same time.
Or is this just Serral? He's like, what, 8 and 10 out of events? We consider
8
Serral
for 10.
losing an event more of a surprise than him winning one at this point.
We do. Well, and getting beat by Raynor, of all players
ZVZ.
that he's played against,
he just
right?
dumpsters Raynor. That's the weird thing.
Yeah. But I mean, it's
We'll
just
see.
like, he did lose to stats, which is understandable. Nobody was super shocked by that one, I don't
And that
think.
was a 3-2, though.
It was. It was. Again, I'm not saying he got crushed, but he did lose. I'm just saying losing to Raynor is a lot more shocking than losing to stats.
Yeah, I guess it's just that EU ZVZ.
Yeah.
Maru 3-0'd Serral last time they played. Did he? That was a long time ago.
That was
it not?
that was like 3 years ago.
Or are you thinking of Maru versus Raynor? Booby Getta. Because that was a recent thing. And Maru dumpstered Raynor.
I can't think of the last time Serral and Maru played.
It was like GSL versus the world last time. And that was just like that one match. Oh yeah, that was WESG. Off the back of Ravens. Serral hadn't reached his final late game form yet.
That's true. WESG.
Now,
True.
I've tried to make the Serral Maru match happen. It's not happening. Unless someone has a lot more money to offer than I can. Because I offered him $1,000 for it.
Yeah.
But then Serral makes like that in every week in a tournament. 10 times that. Alright.
Alright, we're ready to go.
Game resumed.
Game resumed.
Alright. So Dream pushing on in here, full evacuation of the 4th base of True. He's going to lose that hatchery. There's really no saving it here. The Lings are in production. Banelings are kind of in production here too. +1 flyer attack's going to finish up, but Army Supply definitely on top here for Dream. Workers really ahead as well. And just the Banelings aren't going to cut it here versus these Marauders and these Thors.
No,
Great
True
splits
Supply
on the
just
Marines.
plummeted. I mean, he's going for a nasty counterattack.
I'm going to try to base race with Mutalisks, which...
I mean, it can work if you have a bajillion mutas, because eventually the Terran bleeds out, but this is only like 14 mutas, and there's Drumming Clawed Widow Mines. So
yeah,
True
and
is,
this Thor just wham.
He's a dead nerd.
He is. Going to be 2-1 going into our next game here. Nothing... Great game from Dream. Like, I kind of feel bad that we didn't really talk about it all that much.
GG.
There we go. Dream does not go down 3-0 in this best of 5. Going to claw his way back. And
Did
he's very
Innovation beat
capable of
Serral
winning
at
this thing.
WESG?
Say what?
Did Innovation beat Serral at WESG? Because I know Innovation won it.
To the Liquipedia.
You think the EMP buff is enough? Booby Getta's saying that if they leave the EMP buff, that Serral's gonna lose. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know either. So yeah, Innovation 4-3 over Serral in the finals, WESG 2018. And then Morrow beat Scarlet in that best of 5 third place match that was insane.
Are you in the
That
right
was the, like-
lobby, Falcon?
I don't know what I joined, to be honest. Thought I joined on you, but like... That did not work. Let's try it again.
Soul was stomping Raynor with it. Yeah, Soul has the best late game TvZ, one of the best late game TvZs out there, and that's because he plays on EU, which is just Zerg for days, and versus EU Zergs who have the who are just have the best late game TvZ. I mean,
Right.
that's actually one of my salty points. The best StarCraft 2 cast I ever did on my channel was Soul versus Serral. and it was like an insane TvZ they played, and I got like so many views compared to anything I've done in the past, like a ridiculous amount, like 50, 60,000, which is really good for me. And,
yeah, for sure.
And I got like so many views within like the first week or two, and then it just fell off. It gets literally no views now.
Yeah, it's what have you done for me lately in the StarCraft scene?
Well, it's so bizarre, because like even my just random casts with like a couple hundred views in the first place get more views than that. It's just like it just doesn't get recommended anymore. It's weird.
Algorithms.
Yeah, algorithms, man. Darn robots. Spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map. Jumping right on into it. Not really jumping right on into it. We're taking our sweet time. It's true.
And in the bottom right, he's not dead yet. It's Dream.
I'm not dead yet.
Not dead yet. Oh, be quiet. Be stoned dinner in a moment. Actually learned the other day the scene in that movie where like some people call me Tim.
Ah, Tim the Enchanter.
Like the actor totally forgot. There was supposed to be
yeah,
like a
some
big, long, complicated name. And he's just like, I got nothing. Let's go with Tim. And everyone's like, oh, that'll work.
They call me Tim.
Tim. Oh, so much genius. Overwatch is on the Disney Channel? What the
Well,
crap?
that sounds about right. Overwatch is pretty much just Disney.
Crikey.
Overwatch, I mean, that's one thing I won't understand. I understand it being a popular big game, but like,
Yeah.
who at Blizzard thought it was a good idea to put like hundreds of millions of dollars into an esport?
I think that person's probably promoted it at this point.
You
Overwatch
think
is
so?
doing okay.
It's doing okay,
Yeah.
but is it doing hundreds of millions of dollars returned back okay? When it gets like 100,000 viewers on Twitch?
Fair question. I don't know. I wonder how they feel about it.
I just don't know how they expect to get their ROI on that investment.
I just wish they had a campaign. I would have played a campaign.
Yeah, I don't know. There's Destiny for that, right?
Suppose. Just never been much interested in Destiny.
Me neither, to be honest. But, maybe they'll do that, because, like, isn't Overwatch 2 coming?
Is there?
I think so. It's confirmed that they're working on, like, a new significant Overwatch project. That's gonna be a new title or something.
Yeah, June this year. What to expect from a potential sequel. Huh.
They said they had profit last year in Overwatch?
Okay. I mean, profit could be $3 a profit, which no one's happy with, but
No.
maybe.
And that could just be, like, in the game in gen... Does that include the league?
Right.
And does that include the multiple just dump trucks of money they invested in the first place?
Don't know. Don't know enough about Overwatch esports.
Me neither. I just look in every now and then and I'm like,
Still
I mean,
there.
they're still going, but it's not like
Yeah.
breaking.
I do like to
the
measure
internet
how
or
healthy.
anything.
Yeah. What is like to measure how healthy things are based on how active their subreddit is?
That's
And the Overwatch subreddit is pretty active.
oh, it's just game clips though.
Yeah. Game
Did-
clips talking about balance and stuff too, though.
Did you see how that one, what was his name? I think it was the Riddler. He posted
Yeah.
on the Overwatch subreddit.
Did
you
he?
see that?
I didn't see that. Nuh-uh.
No, so you know how Nation Wars had their whole voting thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he posted on the Overwatch subreddit some generic complaint. He's like, all you guys do is post game clips. And then in the bottom he's like, oh yeah, the SC Reddit, like we do all sorts. Even voting competitions, and link to his thing.
What the crap?
And that's how he
Okay.
won.
What?
That's how he made it in for Canada.
How?
Because he got
'Cause enough
like
people
8,000 upvotes
read it.
on the Overwatch subreddit because they upvote anything. And this, I mean, it was like 1,000 IQ play. There's no doubt about it.
Anyway, this Hellbat attack
Yeah.
is looking really scary all of a sudden. Got Marauders in the mix here too, which is an excellent choice.
mean,
Marauder
Roaches are
Hellbat
pretty
is so
good.
good. Not against Marauders, man.
No, they aren't. There's only 2 Marauders? There's more Lings on the way for True, and I think he needs more Roaches. 'Cause-
Marauders are doing serious business. Hellbat count getting whittled down
Yeah,
here.
see, once the Hellbats are gone, the Lings, I guess they can do their work. Oh god, this one
Yeah.
Hellbat. He's gonna make his stand, but not doing too well. So True actually holds on.
Yeah, 6 drones go down, did force a bunch of units out of there too, but overall, True, not in a terrible position. And yeah, just make Hellions as a follow-up, because definitely True's going to counterattack you with Zerglings, no question.
Just rush Blue Flame no matter what you do.
I mean, if I was going to play True and I was Terran, I would absolutely get Blue Flame first.
Well, I'd probably just GG in the first place if I was gonna play True, but... I got you.
That's fair.
I mean, he does a good job catching Hellions. Like, he caught those 4 Hellions, no problem.
Yeah, makes it look easier than it really is.
These Roaches are regretting how they're not Zerglings right now, because they can't run away.
Regretting how they don't have speed, and regretting the slow zones too.
Remember when Dream was a beast for SKT? I do remember. That was
True
fantastic.
facts.
Dream is one of those players who was like so good, and then he kind of got forgotten a little bit, just because. But it's like he was so good. He was actually like a nemesis to Voldemort for a time there.
A little bit of a rivalry there.
Yeah, that was really good. Back in the days, TvZ was its best back then.
You think so?
Well, the bio TvZ was its best. The Mac, not so much. I honestly loved the Swarm Host era because I was kind of sadistic.
You
But
love
then
the
Blizzard
3-hour
nerfed
Swarm Host
and
tank
gave
games.
Zerg nothing in exchange.
It's true.
Oh, there's True doing his thing.
Hey, look, Zerglings in the mineral line.
Who'd have thought? You know, Dream's like, oh, I'm really surprised by this.
Would it be worth it to throw just a bunker of like 4 Marines in your mineral lines and just call it good?
I think so. Even just like 1 Marine, just because like
Yeah.
the pathing is so good. And oh my god, he's gonna do it again.
I mean, is that gonna pull Dream? It's gotta pull Dream back. Although, yeah, he's coming back. Walls up, Marines are ready to rock, and yeah, Dream pulls all the way back home to deal with this, which is fair.
Ooh, those
The
poor
Bane's
Banes.
finished.
They ain't
They're
Speedy
really-
Banes. They're having a real bad time.
Oh, ow.
Waddle.
Off creep, slow
Waddle.
Banes.
Dream, he goes through the slow zone. Go Banes!
That is a lot of dead Banes for
Yeah,
nothing.
that was nice for Dream.
Yeah, he just managed to have that one Marine out there looking for it, and he found it and shut it down. Army Supply is 78 to 38.
Yeah, that ain't good.
Dude, I think we're gonna get a game 5. This is looking really bad for True.
Yeah, that ain't. Yeah, no, like, I mean, he's gonna have Baneling speed in like 10 seconds or so, which will help him out, but his creep spread isn't that good. There's tanks. True's just going for it before the Bane speed is done. That is a bold move right there, but he says now or never, and never it is.
Yep.
GG.
Yeah, it was now or never, and made a go of it. Baneling Nest gonna get sniped down here real fast. 9 Banelings in production, but that's all we're gonna get for the next little while here anyway. And yeah, the third base is gonna go down. Supply 50 more for Dream right now. Banshee just completely unopposed right here. Baneling's trying to crash on into something, but the splits are good.
Oh yeah,
That
GG.
goes
Dream
down.
takes it.
Woo!
All right, I honestly kind of thought Dream would take it over True, but the first 2 games looked really bad. Now
It
he
really
seems to
did.
be changing it up a little bit, so we'll see how the 5th map is going to go, which is Afreeca. How do you pronounce that again?
Ephemeron.
Ephemeron.
Yeah,
That's the one.
it is.
I need to put like a sticky note on my PC as to how to pronounce that.
Ephemeron.
All right, so we'll get everyone on into the game, then we will get on into it. After this, we'll have the winner facing Parting.
Should be excellent, no matter
Thanks
who
so
it
much
is.
to everyone for tuning on in. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the games. The pseudo commentary.
The discussions about important StarCraft.
It is. I mean, like, you can go on about this. I see someone in chat was mentioning, like, Maru going through Protoss players. So there's one GIF in StarCraft 2, which I haven't been able to find, which I want to know, like, what tournament it was, but I haven't been able to figure it out. It was, like, back in the Team League days, one guy, he wins, or he beats, like, a Protoss in, like, a round of 4 after beating, like, 3 other Protoss in a row. Just to get through this tournament. And then just one of his teammates basically just runs into the booth and just, like, tackles him into, like, a hug. I thought it was, like, MVP or something, or Marine King.
So wholesome.
And it's just, like, an amazing gift, but I haven't seen it anywhere else. If anyone has any idea who that is, let me know. Because, like, I've tried to search for it, but it turns out that the internet, Google, doesn't return a lot of results for, like, obscure StarCraft gift requests. But it's, like, it's just, like, so wholesome. I haven't been able to find it.
It sounds like a lot of fun, though.
Oh, yeah, it's, like, an amazing gift. I guess we should introduce these players.
We should.
Spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map. He's tied it up 2-2. It's Dream.
And in the bottom right, it's kind of falling apart here. It's true.
It's true, he is. Yeah, no, thanks so much to everyone for tuning on, and I hope you guys are enjoying these games. Keep in mind, this is Group 2. We had Group 1 yesterday, the qualifier the day before that. Tomorrow is the finals. That's what these guys are playing for. They're playing in order to make it into the round of 4, into that money, and then we'll be having the finals tomorrow, which should be just absolutely fantastic. Are you like up to date on the results of yesterday, Falcon?
No.
So, we said Zest was a bit of a sleepy guy, right?
Yes.
And so DRG actually ended up getting a walkover over Zest.
Okay.
So Zest immediately went down to the lower bracket. And so we
Yeah.
did the Alive versus Fantasy TvT first. And
Cool.
yeah, and then we had Fantasy winning that.
Nice.
And so Fantasy and DRG played, and DRG looked good. He took Fantasy down 3-1.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
Didn't
like
see that coming.
we had no idea. He looked so good that, like, even if Zest was there, maybe he could have taken him down too. So he got a walkover, and then he won, made it out first in his group. Taking down Fantasy.
That's pretty good. Did not see that coming.
And so we've got DRG in first place. He's going to be in the final, so that's hyped.
It's pretty good.
And it's kind of really cool because before this tournament, he had been on pretty much radio silence for quite a while. Reaper for Dream, by the way, did get 1 drone. It's kind of getting surrounded here. True makes so many lanes at the start of the game.
Yeah, he's just not interested in the arguments that, you know, every pair of Zerglings is another drone. Kill your
No,
mid
he's
game.
not. He's like, I don't care. I don't want to hear it. He is making 3 overlords right now, by the way.
Never getting supply blocked again.
Just make lings, just make overlords. Who
Oh,
needs
this
drones?
Reaper is doing some work.
It is. He is. He's giving True a hard time, but that speed's about to finish, and that Reaper could be having himself a bad time. He isn't gonna get surrounded. Dream maybe could have made it down that cliff, but oh my gosh, that is a lucky Reaper until he runs into this queen.
And, oh, he's doing so well. Just ran into a queen. Gross.
Yeah, Parting plays the winner of this, for those of you wondering. So it's either going to be a PvZ or a PvT. I think True Parting would be interesting.
I just don't know. I don't see True doing very well in that at all.
But
don't know.
you see Dream doing well after what happened to Time.
See Dream doing better, personally.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know.
just my thoughts.
Lings are pretty good in ZVP.
Yeah.
Give some that fromage.
Charge lots, man. The charge lots.
That's true.
Anyway,
Zealot will
Chad is
cut
also
his way
saying that
through.
Your gift sounds like it was MKP, they're saying.
That's what I thought, Marine King Prime.
Yeah.
But I can't find it.
Hmm.
I should ask Gemini. That guy is like all things StarCraft.
He is.
All things gifts, anyway.
Not a bad idea.
So we've got ourselves a battle cruiser rush coming out of Dream. Third CC into BC. True's making a baneling nest. This is going to be interesting to see how well True deals with a rush like this. Because Lings can't attack in the air.
Are you sure? They've got wings. Can't they fly up there and
Queens
just,
just start throwing them?
They jump on top of your Liberator and just start tearing it apart.
Oh my, that would be so cool. People are like, bring back Scourges. No. Let Zerglings be catapulted into the air and grapple.
I would buy that upgrade.
I would too. Oh, Dream goes for it. True gets a nice round, catches a few of the Hellions. Nice not having to worry about those anymore. More like all things Protoss / Trap. That is true.
This makes sense that Parting would be streaming his games.
Oh, absolutely.
Gotta give the Twitch chat what they want.
Okay. Few Lings going down. Looks like that BC has gone on in, and there's 7 Queens out. Only 4 drone kills so far. Not too bad.
Nah.
Drew has droned up
Queen
so
count
slowly.
is ample. We're good.
Drew has droned up so slowly.
He has. But he's alright.
Now he's supply blocked again, making 4 Overlords.
I think he's gotta still be
5
making
Overlords.
queens. There's another battle cruiser on the way. It's got 7 queens, but you really want like 10.
Yeah, they will have Yamato too, so make that 5
Yeah.
Queens.
So we got at least 12, 13 queens if you can't get corruptors
I
out
don't
of
think
time.
you need that many. Like a Spore and like a few is usually enough, honestly.
Spore and a few
Oh
for 2
no,
battle
these
cruisers.
Lings on hold position.
That's not good. These
No,
Hellions,
there's actually no more Lings out for True, really, is there? No,
16
those
on the way
Hellions
though.
could go on in. But Dream playing it passive, yeah, he could have actually just dove on in there. And he might do that now.
He
Thinking about it.
is. There's your
Yamato
Yamato.
cannon being tossed down, that Yam fires, kills a Queen.
I guess this one BC is pretty injured, so he's not going to be sticking around to fight for
Yeah,
very
look
much
at
longer.
this third base. Hellions are
Lings are
brutal.
waiting for it. Oh, on creep!
Oh,
Ooh, good hit though.
It's close. These Hellions are getting bruised up. So, True's defense versus the Hellions has actually been really, really good.
You shut that down. Battle cruiser in the natural base. Really annoying stuff.
Huh. Oh, there's that
And
Yam.
another queen down.
Boom. The Yam fires.
Trying to take down an extractor, slowing down that gas income to a little bit. Spire's almost done, and True should be able to make a bunch of corruptors here, which is nice.
Oh, look at this though. True
Surprise.
doing his patented Ling counterattack here, getting a nice round. Battle cruiser
he
comes back
forced
to
the battle
help out.
cruiser to jump
Lings are on
home.
top of that Deepa though. SCV's being pulled on into this, so some of them will be going down as a result. The third base is kind of sacked here, so 10 SCVs go down. Nicely done.
Yeah, slowing down that Terran player a little bit. 9 corruptors on the way. That is
Yeah,
going to make
9
it really
corruptors.
hard.
If
The
those
battle cruisers are
BCs
not gonna wanna stick
find
around.
themselves without teleport, corruptors will annihilate them. Oh, this PC. Teleport is off cooldown, so it should be fine. There we go. And it's gone.
Goodbye.
That income graph just about to go absurdly high for Dream, seeing as how we see 6 mules on a base.
Remember when Blizzard was like, you can only make 1 mule per base?
Was that a thing? Oh yeah, they'd auto drop
For
or
like
whatever,
5
right?
minutes? Yeah.
Was that actually a thing which that was like a hard limit? I know it was on an auto drop, but did they prevent you from banking them?
Yeah.
You could not bank them.
Because, like, they specifically talked about the change making it so it's impossible to throw down a new base in the late game and just mule it to death instantly.
Okay, well, to be fair, it was ridiculous back then because of the whole
It was
mech
really
thing.
good.
And how Terrans
it
would have
what?
like 20 orbitals and they'd drop 30 mules. Blizzard
Yeah.
made a very
Why not
appropriate
like
change,
37
which I...
seconds?
Sure.
Sorry, go ahead.
Blizzard
What was the change?
made a change that actually I think was like a perfect response to this. That actually, it's one of my pet peeves as a Terran that a lot of pro gamers don't know. They'll tune into a Terran stream or whatever. You'll see him get a new base. They'll drop 16 mules on it.
Yeah.
You can only mine 1 mule per mineral patch in this day and age.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yes. Can't mine for multiple patches at once.
Mules got like a slight nerf on how much they bring back and their speed, and now they can only mine 1 per patch, which basically means that, I mean, mules still power mine like no other, but only 8 mules per base, as opposed to how you could have like 24 mining before. 4 BCs out, fair few corruptors, but with Yamato cannons, those could very well go down to the BCs. So it's going to be a close air battle.
So many corruptors, though.
That's true, but still, unless True breaks this is considered a net positive for the Terrans. The Dream really just has to hold on. He does have missile turrets, he's got lots of siege tanks at the back, so can he hold on versus these Ravagers on the ground and keep his BCs alive in the air? SCVs are being pulled, ready to stuff their bodies into that pass to provide cover for the siege tanks there. The morbid reality being an SCV. But they do what they must.
They're replaceable, they know it.
Oh god, that is just so sad.
Look at the repairs, though. This is good stuff right here.
So good. This one BC needs some love too, though.
He's getting it. There it is.
So there is +1 armor for the BCs,
True,
which is nice.
pushing up down south.
Oh, this could be bad. Dream has been aiming for quite a long macro game, it looks like. He's got these Hellbats. They're going to have Blue Flames soon to help out versus Lings, which is going to be nice versus someone like True. But yeah, so far this is actually looking okay for Dream. True just threw away a lot of supply.
He did. Lost his 8,600 for True, 5,000 for Dream.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got himself a lot of economy, but he's fallen down to such low numbers that the BCs are actually really effective here. It's 5 BCs versus 7 Corruptors. A couple more Yamato cannons. It's now 5-5. Corruptors are really good versus BCs, but they're not that good.
No. 8 more Corruptors on the way. Pathogen Glands getting started. We are going to see some Infestors, probably some Neural Parasite, which is almost a necessary thing to get here in this situation.
Oh, absolutely.
Battle cruisers are flying across the map, which means they can jump home.
They can. That's what makes them so efficient.
So far, they don't need to.
Yeah, in a head-on fight, BCs are quite garbage. It's really all their abilities that give them their efficiency and make them worth using.
And there we go.
Bing Bang Boom has dead Infestors or dead Corruptors. There's 11 dead Corruptors.
Dang.
And no dead BCs.
That's
because Dream's just been Yamatoing and babysitting.
Yep. That's how you gotta play them. That's how you gotta play.
One BC with 26 kills. Earning himself the rank of commander. Meanwhile, Dream securing 2 more bases, throwing up more orbitals, and look at that, a mule per patch there, just about. So yeah, I mean, True seemed to have quite a good supply lead, but he really did throw that away, and now he's gonna have to sit back and play the later game, which isn't an interesting situation since the patch is infested Terrans are not as good as they used to be. So we'll see if like these BCs actually have a lot of longevity here.
Blue Flamers trying to get it done. 7 drones go down, but they also get destroyed.
Oh, look at this. Dream's actually going to be pushing on out. And he can. There's 10 tanks and 3 Thors to 15 Roaches. There's some Ravagers in there too, but still. The army is potentially strong enough to push here for Dream. The BCs have just forced such a reaction that maybe there's not going to be enough on the ground to actually deal with the ground army. That's one of the nice things about BCs. Zergs have to be very, very smart in their investment as how they spend their supply here. So Dream or True might not have the correct army to deal with this. We'll wait and see. Incoming the tanks, they're just locking this area down. Thor's in the sky. What does True do? Right now he's making 30 Lings.
I mean, he's got the Infestors. They've got enough energy.
There's no Neural Parasite though.
Never mind.
Only fungal growth.
If you don't, I don't know what you do without Neural here. I guess he's going for it.
Mass Infested Terran is probably the option. Or so many Yamato cannons going down. There's 1 fungal, but the Infestors are not spending their energy on anything else. Where's the Mass Infested Terran? There it is. Could be a little bit too late. Those Infestors all got gunned down. The Corruptors are pursuing the BCs, but the BCs will simply teleport on out. Although a few of them did fall. In the end, though, what's standing is a big old army for the Terran, and it looks like Dream might be taking first place in this match.
Yeah, it's looking pretty strong. Anytime a mech army gets a setup between two bases like this, you're in a rough place as a Zerg.
As the Zerg.
Just entrenched, so hard to deal with. Roaches in production trying to deal with this. Spinecrawler defending against this ghost hellbat thing.
This ain't gonna do it.
No, it's
Yeah.
too much income here for Dream. I don't see Trude coming out of this.
Yeah, Zerg definitely can handle armies like this in the late game, but True just didn't have the correct composition. He wasn't really prepared for it and didn't have as much time as he thought. Dream's push out was a really solid decision. I mean, True still is equal on supply. It's Roach supply, but still supply.
Battle Cruiser just chewing away at these roaches. Nom, nom, nom.
The hard life being a Roach. Corruptors coming in, want to finish off that BC maybe? They get it. In come these Roaches. They're going to be looking for these tanks. That'll be a nice pick-off. The Thor's not really helping out because they're so focused on those few Corruptors in the sky. They transfer mode. They start focus firing now, though. Looks like a lot of Roaches coming in for True. Actually doing quite all right here. I mean, yeah, they're starting to pick off these Thors. What?
Yeah, that's not bad. If you have enough Roaches, they do pretty well against Thors, especially these Ravagers throwing down Corrosive Vials on the tanks. Trying to finish them off. A couple things go down, but Dream is able to hold this counterattack. But it gave True enough time, I think, to get his upgrades going, to get additional Corruptors and Roaches, replace some bases.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he did have that
happen.
base to the far left still going. He's securing one to the right. Probably wants to replace this when he can, but for now, he's alive. Yeah, Lion Machine saying, how come he doesn't go Muta? Muta simply don't do enough damage to take down things like Thors and BCs.
Nope.
They work sometimes in like a surprise situation, but it's just not really gonna work when there's any significant number of either Thors or battle cruisers.
Another hatchery does go down. 11 more drones killed in the last couple of minutes here. Corruptor doing a good job forcing the battle cruisers to retreat, but there's not enough ground army here to handle.
There's not.
Constantly pumping Thors and tanks and Hellbats, and even Hellbats do okay against Roaches and Ravagers if they're not microed super well.
Yeah,
Lings in
like,
the mix.
yeah, Dream, he pulls the reverse sweep.